Good morning. It's Monday morning. Okay. There we go. Trying to cut down the ambient sound a little bit. I'm in my shorts. I didn't mean to show you all that. I want everybody to think that I'm wearing a three-piece suit the entire time I'm doing the show. Gotta be professional, you know? Also, many thanks to the person that sent me all of those Splash Blast Wildberry 0-calorie with electrolyte waters last week. Turn them into Mountain Dew. That's my special power. I get to take your healthy water and turn it back into Mountain Dew. That's what I did. Actually, you know what's fun? Is if you take, you know how water bottles, they tend to be pretty light on the plastic, so you can crinkle them up afterwards. And it took me, I was in my 30s when I learned that one. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to Nerd Nature. Good morning to Hager. Good morning. Let's just do the good morning, shall we? Good morning, Niffer Mama, I guess, is around. I didn't see her. She probably popped up and I didn't see her. Looks like the recycle. No, it is recycled. Good morning to Deanne. Oh man, Derek wasn't supposed to see any of this. Hi, Derek. I'm drinking water, I promise. That's flavored with Mountain Dew. Not even the healthy water anymore. Alright, I gave it up. No, that's not true. I drank all 12 of those. Not fair for those to be okay. Morning, the great unknown. Good morning, everybody. Herbie. Looks like P. Well, yeah, it does. Sure. They say taurine, Taurus, taurine, bull P. Red Bull, Mountain Dew, Monster. A lot of guanine. They can make that stuff in the lab. But naturally, that stuff is found in bull pea, goat pea. What? Obviously, they're not waiting for bulls to pee around and like, oh, cool, there's a case of Monster going out the door right there. No, it's just, it's stuff that, I don't know how we figured out that taurine did what taurine, like someone ate the first cheese, okay? You gotta look at cheese and the way that it was probably first created, and it's like, who ate the first cheese, right? And the way that it looks, who looked at rotten milk and was like, let's give that a shot, you know? Who gave rotten milk a chance? Who gave mushrooms a chance? Look at those damn... you know what? That belongs in my mouth. Jesus Christ, welcome. Just in time for things to go in my mouth. Today's a good day. We're gonna do cards. I'm gonna try and get some people up for the wheel. Let's it's dibble dabble time, but I want to give you guys like an option. Because Pops, I've been dabbing Pops out hard all week. We had kind of a rainy day Saturday. I wasn't able to go fishing. So I was like, you know what? Let's go get a banger. A banger? What's a banger? Don't get mad at me if this is dirty and you're like, why is this dirty? I'm trying to clean it. I know I'm not. banger. I got a banger. So, we got options this morning. I can either do like a big dab, like a big boy dab, or we can stick to the dibble dabble. Alright, what do you guys want to do? What do you guys want me to do? Do you want me to go like big time dab? Or do you want me to do the dibble dabble 3-shotter? I tell you, the 3-shot is just as big as the big dab. We got Big Boy coming up from Trevor Slater. Bill D. Right, then what is the point? Ego, so we're going to go with clean. We got Big Boy coming. We've got Big Boy. Alright. Big Boy dab. We got the big... Alright. Now here's the problem with the Big Boy dabbing. Is it's going to take like 45 seconds for me to get the bowl going. So you're just going to be staring at the screen for like 45 seconds. It's probably not even going to glow. This bowl does not glow. It's a 4mm. I'm an idiot. When I was dabbing out in Colorado, none of this is a promotion whatsoever for whatever it is that we're doing here. None of it's a promotion at all. I don't believe in it one bit at all. But anyhow, when I was out in Colorado doing all of this, the banger would have to glow. And as soon as it starts to glow and you're like, alright, get another second, and then you stop. This damn thing doesn't want to glow. It's 4mm. I'm always afraid that like, oh man, if I just keep going, I've gotten it up to 50 seconds. I know you should probably go up to like a minute. I don't know. What do you guys think? But like 40 seconds, which is just enough time for me to like scramble around for my dab tool and stuff. So, get it to red. I know, right? Daniel Cunningham? I can't. I get it to 50 and I'm like, man, it should already be glowing. It doesn't have a glow. Alright. You want me to just try and get it to glow? I don't know. Like, is it going to shatter the thing, the neck? What do I do? Should I keep going until it actually glows? Like what? Like obviously I'm wasting butane. Oh Herbie, it gets me some hits. Trust. I get it up to like 45 seconds and then I'm done. That's not big enough? What do I need, like a propane torch? Someone saying like, oh, a cold start. Trevor, I get, well yeah, I can get a new one. That's no big deal. Alright, you know what, we're just gonna do this. Alright? Let's just do it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. Alright, so we're gonna go. Good morning to everybody. It's a butane torch, that's all. It's just a little You know what I didn't do? I gotta prep my dab hit I'm an idiot this morning. Welcome to everybody showing up to tea. If you're wondering who the hell I am, and like you caught hold of Pops last week, and you're like, oh yeah, Monday's gonna be a lot of fun. This is what Monday is. This is just trying to recover from a weekend. We had a lot of rain. Alright. So what am I dabbing? I am dabbing some Blue Dream out of my Reclaim catcher. Dudes. You should see my Reclaim. See those spots in there? Oh man. See those spots in there? Those are little pockets of goodness. Like once that hits like a certain little bit amount, I just throw it in my Reclaim jar and then I clean my pipe and I let the Reclaim just drip down over the stuff in there, and then it all sinks into kind of like a mimosa, or what's the what's that called? Starts with an A. There's a fruit. There's a dessert. What's that called? Someone. It's kind of like, it's like Jello and fruit. Aborigine or something like that. Ambrosia. That's it. It's a Dabrosia. I created an ambrosia with dabs. Thank you, Paige. Paige, you're on the wheel. Congratulations, Paige. You're on the wheel. I got you. First person on the wheel is Paige. Got you. Nice job, Paige. Show up on Friday. We'll get you on the wheel for Pops, and we'll get you spinning and winning. Alright, so congratulations. Ambrosia. I didn't know that. I knew that, I just didn't know that right now. So, I took a little bit out of some of the Blue Dream and Reclaim. So that's what we're doing. This is the longest dab ever. Alright, it's supposed to be like super quicker, right? And here I am. It's taking me just... If RX was here, he'd be yelling at me like, take the friggin' hit already. 15-minute long bowls. Do I even get high? Here we go. Pops had no idea. When I did this to him this weekend, he had no idea. He's like, what even is this? What are you doing to me? And I got him like a really good... And we have a glass rig. And we can see the hits going in. This isn't that pretty. This is like my bong. But I can see the hits coming in. Ooh, I love seeing when I get them. And this last one I did last night, the pop... I'll heat this up. This last one I did, the Pops. Ooh-wee. Got them. And you know when you get someone, because they get that cough, and it's like, they don't want to cough. Oh, man. And then, 10 minutes later, because I had to finish his hit. I got to finish his hit. And 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I'll take a heat, my own hit, right? And Pops is watching me, and I am rolling it. It is rolling, like I am a train. Beautiful feeling hit. I do like one little, and Pops is all over me. He's like, oh, there's the cough. And I just, done. Killed me. Laughing and coughing. Just destroyed my hit. I was so mad at him. So mad. But I guess that's the things that we do to each other, right? You gotta destroy each other's hits every once in a while. See, it's kind of glowing a little bit. And then I'll let it drop down off the glow. I know that like you have to let it stop glowing. So let's give it 15 seconds. I like mine hot. 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5. We'll get back into cards and such after this, I promise you. But this is my dabble. Alright? Here we go. There we go. That was the dab. That was a good one. That was a good one. Wow. That was really clean. I felt all of that go in. I'm not even like coughing yet. Good morning to everybody. Still got people showing up. See, there's that little bit of cough right there. These are smoother, so they tend to keep me from coughing a little bit. I was doing great last night. Man, you should have seen it. That was a good dab. Alright. I've got 2 dabs. We're going to dibble dabble later. It's too long to heat that up. I try. Herbie says you're a professional. No. It hurts. I'll cough later. It hurts always. No, I'm kidding. I used to go to this blood tenders night in Denver, and they would have stations set up, dab stations, where you would stand in line, go in, and they would like plop down little dinger, little dab dinger for you, and they'll move it around for you, get you high, and you get to like 4 of those stations within an hour, and you're like, what am I even doing here? And then I figured out that like I can go and hang out and be around people while I was under the influence of the alphabet. Oh boy, you give me a couple dingers of the alphabet, oh man, I'll smoke all night. Man. And then, because Denver was all about me figuring out how well I could do with the alphabet. And if you don't know what I mean by the alphabet, I understand. It's a little vague. But I gotta be a little vague sometimes about some of the stuff I do. So, anyhow, Paige was the first one. We're gonna get to the book later. I want to do cards. I want to figure out who to do cards for. Paige, it's not you. I'm not gonna read your cards. I've read your cards before, hon. Friend, lady, person. Who am I gonna... Mike Barabell? No. I'm not gonna read your cards, Mike. Derek Anderson? I don't know if I've read your cards. Alright. Herbie, I don't know if I've actually read your cards yet either. But CCS, I got your cards last week. Trevor Slater. Ego. KB in the house. KB. Jesus Christ. I did do you, Jesus Christ. Badger. What if I read my cards? No, I've already read my cards. I've read my cards before. Nerd. Have I read yours? Mushmouth, NASCAR's going on today, buddy. Dude, Mushmouth. I might read Mushmouth's cards if Mushmouth wants it. That was a good one. Nerd Nature. That was a good one, Mushmouth. They rained out the race yesterday and we didn't know. Pops and I, he recorded like both versions of it, like the regular broadcast and then the HD broadcast, because he tends to like accidentally record like the really bad channel, like the non-HD channel for a lot of the things. So he recorded both channels, and we were gonna watch the race. And so he pops on the first recording. And it's like, it was a Law and Order SVU. Like, it was just the beginning of a Law and Order show. I'm like, what the hell? Well, that's not okay. So Dad deletes the recording. And we start the other recording. It's the same recording. It's the same Law and Order. My dad's like, no way. So it goes back to the first recording. Retrieves it, saves it from the delete file. Still the Law and Order show. My dad, I think they probably canceled the race. I think they postponed it probably. It's like, grumble, grumble, mumble, mumble. And he picks up the device, which has more power in his hands than it took to launch the moon. And he's using it to see whether or not a race was rained out, so that we don't have to watch a Law and Order episode. That's how life is for us humans right now. First world problems. Man, I gotta look at my phone now. Ugh. That's what we do. Mushmouth, I'm reading your cards, man. This is me just... I didn't want to, like, wash them. I'm just gonna cut them. Is that okay, or do you want me to wash them? Because I'm cutting. I'll wash, though. Mushmouth. It's up to you. We're gonna do Mushmouth and we'll do one more. I'll figure out how to do one more, but I'll do a Mushmouth. We got you on the wheel too. All right, boom. NASCAR got you on the wheel. All right. Trying to read everything here. What about Badger? Someone said Badger. Hi, Badge. Alright, Mushmouth. We're cutting here. Let's do... I saw the bottom cards. I gotta cut. Right? Heck yeah, Mush. Here we go. You're right, the show is different with me hosting. It absolutely is different. It's not as, I don't have the random. I am the random. You're right, it is a different show. Pile of 1, 2, or 3, Mushmouth. One, two, or... I used to be able to do the music, but, you know, Tina Turner ruined it. So... Right, Paige? Who isn't the random? It's, Clean Grow, clean. Oh, Hager. I said hey. Number 3, Dale Earnhardt. Oh. Nice. Alright. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, you're going to NASCAR me, I'll NASCAR you. Like, I've watched it. Number 17 is my favorite. Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name right now. It's Matt Kenseth, number 17. And it's not because of the 17 crap that Pops pulls. He's my dad. The Pops pulls. Alright, no, I like 17. Matt Kenseth was great. He won a championship. And, like, they crossed over. Like, Kansas kind of took it from Sterling. It was great. All during the era of, like, Jeff Gordon. It was, like, Jeff Gordon, and then, like, Kansas, Sterling Marlin, Tony, Smoke, and then out of nowhere, it was Jimmy Johnson for, like, 20 years in a row. 8 years in a row, or something like that. It was insane. Anyhow, let me give you the spiel, Mushmouth, and then we'll keep going with the show here. I'll read one more person's cards after this, so we'll see how this goes, alright? Hopefully we won't have any, like, Jack and the Beanstalk incidents like we did last week, with Censored Citizen, alright? He told me afterwards, it's like, dude, I bought some beans. You have no idea how close the reading is. I was like, don't go up the Beanstalk. There's giants up there. I've read the story. And he's like, but you read my cards. You didn't read the story. I was like, come on, man. All right. We're going to stand up for this. All right. So we do it then, now, and later. 3-card reading, Mushmouth. And I use the book because I like using the book to tell me, give me something to bounce off of. If I know what the card is before I use the book, I'll probably use the book anyways. So, alright. Mush, I've been giving you a lot of time to think about what want the cards to talk to you about. And this is where we're at, alright? So let's just start with the first one. Yeah? Remember, position matters. So if it's an upside down Wheel of Fortune, it's still a Wheel of Fortune. reversed Four of Swords. A reversed Four of Swords. For those of you following along, you know, it's like you're like, oh yeah, I know what this is. Keep your mouth shut. No, I'm kidding. If you know what it is, you know. The effigy of a knight, remember this is upside down. The effigy of a knight in the attitude of prayer at full length upon his tomb. So upright would mean vigilance, retreat, solitude, hermit's repose. So you kind of took a little bit of a hideaway. You were hiding out. Upside, this is like, oh man, I took a vacation. All by myself. I was by myself, right? Maybe even a staycation, right? But this side, no, I'm serious, clean girl. They can just zip it, alright? This side up, it's more like you kind of ran away a little bit. You know, you kind of was like, I gotta bounce. I don't need to be here for a minute. Alright, so you did like an Irish exit. You didn't even tell anybody you were gone. But there you were by yourself, just hanging out. This is what you're leading up to now. Alright, so you were by yourself, just hanging out. Trying to figure things out. Trying to take it all in. Maybe not being selfish. Maybe self-possessed. Alright? Instead of being self-obsessed. Alright, so this is good. That's fine. You took a little bit of a mental break. You know? You did you for you. Okay? Let's see what it's leading up to now. A Seven of Cups. A Seven of Cups means, you got a lot of gifts. But you know what? You're not sure what to do with them. Let me read it just to make sure I know what the hell I'm saying. Strange chalices of vision. Okay. Fairy favors, images of reflection, imagination, sentiment, things seen in the glass of contemplation, some attainment in these degrees, but nothing permanent or substantial is suggested. Alright? Your brain's going a mile a minute, 10 miles a minute, 1,000 miles a minute. You've been racking your brain trying to figure out now that I'm okay, what am I going to do about it? I can go this way. I can go that way. I can go up. I can go down. It's got up. It's got down. I can sit on my laurels. It got laurels. I can go after the jewels. I can go... You got a lot of options for your mushmouth. Now that you've crawled your way back into society and you've graced us with your presence, alright? There's a little bit of, like, mockery with the upside down. Now that you've graced us with your presence again, Yehu, fool of fools, that's what we all are, Yehus and fools. Now you're distracted by everything. It's like being in Vegas and you're on the strip and you just turn around like, what casino am I going to go into now? What casino, what gamble are you going to take now? You just got done taking one. What gamble are you going to take now? Leading to a reversed Queen of Wands. If you were making a trip to Vegas and these cards are anything close to that, I'll quit. Like, if you got tickets to Vegas, like, wrapped up, or Atlantic City for you, I suppose. If you're anywhere near that as an idea, I'll quit doing this. Alright? I don't want anything to do with telling the truth. Alright? Hold on here. Queen of Wands, reversed. We're looking up wands here. We got King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Alright. You're sitting on your butt, saving money, saving things up. Now you're going to go take a risk somewhere. You're looking for an Atlantic City to just like go after. Alright? Or some kind of gamble. You know, anything's a gamble. New friends are gambles. You know, like, new opportunity is always a gamble. Alright? And now let's see what Queen of Wands reversed has to say about you taking your gamble. Throughout this suit, the wands are always in leaf, as it is a suit of life and animation. Emotionally and otherwise, the Queen's personality corresponds to that of the King. Oh, okay, let's read about the King real quick. The physical and emotional nature to which this card is attributed is dark, ardent, lithe, animated, impassioned, noble. Alright, it's like a slot machine. He uplifts a flowering wand and wears, like his 3 correspondences in the remaining suits, what is called a cap of maintenance beneath his crown. Oh, okay. Anyhow, married, honest, conscientious. Let's just read reversed. Good, economical, obliging, serviceable, also signifies opposition, jealousy, deceit, and infidelity. You're going to have to hide your wallet from, someone's going to come sniffing around. Alright? You're going to win, is what I'm saying, Mushmouth. If you're going to go to Atlantic City, today's the day. Alright? Today's the day. Just don't tell her, because she's going to take it from you. Whoever she is, whatever it is, they are, he is, don't let them know, or you're in for it. Alright? Go to Atlantic City. Climb that beanstalk. I see you. You've been holding on to those beans for a while. Toss them in the ground. Grow that beanstalk. Get up into those clouds. Just don't tell her. Don't tell someone that's just going to come and, like, whip you for having big dreams. Someone said she'll whip it. Whip it good. Alright, don't do that. Mushmouth. Quit sitting on your beans. That's what this is. Now we can get to the intuition part. Now I can tell the real story. Quit sitting on your beans. You got a lot of things you want to grow with your beans, Mushmouth. Alright? You got a lot of ideas. Quit sitting on them. Throw them in the ground. Figure out what grows. Stop thinking about it. Start growing them. Alright? Ooh, what's going on now? Now we're getting into the mushroom relevance of this all. Now it's like tea. Now we're doing tea. Ooh, it took, what, a half hour to get to an actual tea? Yeah, 33 friggin' minutes to get to an actual tea reference. With Shroomery. Detroit Mush Lab. TheDetroitMushLab.net. TheDetroitMushLab.net. Alright? The Queen of Wands. Reversed. Are you sure you can afford that? Yeah, I can afford it. They're beans. Are you sure you want to, like, wear that? Yeah, I want to wear that. I'm going up a beanstalk. Are you sure you're fast enough? I hope so. Are you sure? That's what this is. Are you sure? Be sure. Get off your ass. Plant your beans. Quit wasting your day thinking about what could be. Or else you're going to get stuck. Are you sure? That happened. That's good for all of us right there. Are you sure? Oh, God. Oh. I hate that person. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Why would I be here if I wasn't? Mushmouth, thank you for letting me read your cards. That was fun. That was a good one. Plant your beans. Jerk face. That's what that was. That was your friends going, dude, you're sitting on your butt. Quit sitting on your butt. You got stuff to do. Nice. That's good. I went back to Jack and the Beanstalk, though. Maybe that's just... I think there's a reason why a lot of those stories, like, kind of click in. Even as we're kids, you know, for a reason. Who wouldn't love to, like, climb up a beanstalk, right? What is up in those clouds? Mushmouth, thank you. That was great. I appreciate you, man. So, I hope everybody enjoyed that reading. I hope everyone enjoyed that. I'm trying to think of, like, a way to, like, get people to... Alright, we got Paige. Paige was the first one on the wheel. We got Mushmouth. Who's the third? Also, do you want me to... Should I read cards, like, now? Or do you want me to read from the book? The book usually takes, like, a half hour. And then we could, like, wrap it up. Find the third person after the book. Maybe I'll come up with a better way. Free? I haven't read Free's cards? Man. You know what? This is like who you know kind of a day. Alright? It's a different show. We're not doing a giveaway for this next one. Free, if you're here and you want me to read your cards, dude, I'll read your friggin' cards. I'll read Free's cards like a champion. I'll read them like they're supposed to be read. I'll sacrifice I'll get dabbed out. Alright. Send it. Free. Does that mean it? What does that mean? I mean, you want me to watch it and then I'll read? Because I gotta get dabbed out. Like, it's gonna be... We're just gonna have a good Monday of really just hanging out, talking to each other. Like, we'll read the rest of the book tomorrow. Alright? Let's just do this. We got... Do the reading? Alright. Alright. We'll read the book. We'll read the book, alright? I'll try and do this as quickly as possible, alright? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We'll do the book. No sacrifices. We'll stick around. Hold on here. We've got... Boy, that's a heck of a reading. Let's do this. Alright, Free. Let's do this. Let's dab out. I'm gonna dibble dabble. No big dab. No big dab. But we're gonna dibble dabble like 3 times. I'm gonna do a triple dibble dabble. Triple dibble dabble. A triple dabble. A treble. I don't have to explain myself to you people. A travel. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, it's hard to hold the third one. Damn it. Oh, that one hurt. Damn you, Free. Damn you. I hope the tower shows up when you're reading. Let's do this. Oh. Let's do this, Free. In case everybody doesn't understand, Free and I, we're basically family. I've never seen a Puerto Rican in my life. He's the first Puerto Rican I've ever seen in my life. No, I'm kidding. I've probably seen like other Puerto Ricans, but like, it's the funniest thing in the world. I was like, I thought he was black at first, and I was like, and so I made like a reference, and he just kind of brushed it off, and I was like, oh man, I'm really sorry about that. I've never seen. You're the first Puerto Rican I've ever seen, and it was just funny as hell. It's the funniest joke ever. So that Free, I love Free. All right, Free. I just want you to like just think about whatever the cards you want to do, and I made a reference to West Side Story over on Facebook, and it was like my first victory of life, was being able to play Doc in West Side Story, and I was like, so I got a thing out for you Puerto Ricans. I'm trying, really trying here, Free. So that's I'm keeping my eye on you. Alright. There are no bad Puerto Ricans, but they are Puerto Ricans. So alright, Free. We've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, or 3, my friend. I'll give you the spiel, and we'll get this going. Alright, we'll get to the book. It's all on Free now. Alright, now it's all, however long it takes Free to get me to do this reading. Alright. Whew. Here we are. We've got part 2. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Free. I do a 3-card reading. Then now and later, I use the book because I like using the book. Positions mean something. Please don't get the tower in your reading. That was a joke. Really, let's just hope you don't get the tower. Let's hope it's swords and wands, like it always is. Alright? I don't know why it always is, but let's hope it's swords and wands. Alright? Let's stick and wave. Alright? Stick and wave. Alright, let's, first card, Free. This is me wishing against, like, my own cursage. Because I think I did that to you, Free. First card. And then we'll get to... See, I did this. You know what? We're going to break you out of this. Alright? This is an 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. Alright? I knew it wasn't going to start right, Free. I knew we were going to have a bad time. Let's figure this out. Alright? Let's Eye of the Tiger this one. Rising up. Alright, 8 of Swords. A woman bound and hoodwinked with the swords of the card about her. Bad news. Violent chagrin. Crisis, censure, power and trammels, conflict, calumny, also sickness. Don't you have a new girlfriend? Come on, that was a bad joke. It was a bad joke. No, you got out of that. No, you got out of that. 8 of Swords, a woman bound and hoodwinked with the swords of the card around her. I'm kidding, that was a bad joke. I know you do. I know. Everybody does. Really pretty girl. Um, so maybe you got out of that. Maybe you were the bound one. Maybe you were the hoodwinked one. I mean, who isn't, right? Maybe your eyes are gonna get opened up. Like, maybe you were coming out of like something where you felt just like, oh God, I'm never getting out of this. And there's nothing I can do. Alright? Maybe that happens. I know we all like have that kind of moment where we're like, oh man, what am I doing here? Is there any way there's no help, you know? And so I get it. Sometimes you just feel trapped. Alright, so that was then. Let's get you untrapped a little bit here, Free. Alright? Bad. I just wanted to make reference to the girlfriend. That's not his girlfriend, alright? That's a bad reading. Alright? Don't read the cards like that. If you read the cards like that, you should get a refund for your reading. This reading, completely free. The ancient ones. Second card. The Star. Dude, here we are though. You're gonna guide some people into glory and happiness here. The Star. Alright? I once was blind, but now I see. Alright, let's see what the Star has to say. Loss, theft, privation, abandonment, although another reading suggests hope and bright prospects in the future. I gotta know what the Star means. The book does not give me a really good reference as to what the hint to the Star has. The Star's like, here's what you don't get. You get to see things in like starlight now. Oh, God. You only get to see things in your dreams. No. I like to think that the Star's guiding you. And like, you were lost, but now you see a star. Now you got one in your pocket. It's like the little vial of the light from Galadriel that Samwise Frodo uses against Andúril, the spider. So it's that little, I think it's Lady Galadriel in The Lord of the Rings. And so like you finally got like that little vial, and it's like you can see in the night now. You know, so you finally got that. Now you got to use that now. You got that. Getting you out of here. Alright? It's like you're gonna get water. Alright? Everything's around you, it's just nighttime. But there's stars, and you're fine. Alright? Trapped, maybe just like you finally woke up. Oh, what up? Nurse Ratched. Maybe they said they finally woke up. Alright? So let's get to the third one. So we got you untrapped now. We got your guiding light. The Knight of Swords. Dude. This is it. This is knowing you're not trapped anymore. This is knowing that no matter what, you got a star in your pocket to lead you out. You'll never be lost again. Here comes the Knight of Swords. I think Knight of Swords is the cocky one. Let's make sure. I think I'm the Knight of Swords. I think I'm the cocky Brock one. Knight of Swords. Skill, bravery, capacity, defense, address, enmity, wrath, war, destruction, opposition, resistance, ruin. Dude, you're on your way. I'm not the Knight of Swords. I'm the Knight of the Prancy one. This is the one that's like, come at me, mofo. I got you. You're Frodo. Free is Frodo. Boom. Nice job. Get out of Mordor, jerk. Throw the ring already. Get out of there. You know how many Samwises are ready to, like, help you out of Mordor? I get it. Sometimes you gotta get there. Holding on to rings in your pocket? Get rid of that. You're Frodo. That's hilarious. Alright, we got Jack and the Beanstalk and Frodo. Thank you, Free, for letting me read your cards, man. Sometimes it's hard to get lost. It's hard to be trapped. It's hard to feel like there's no way out. That no one's there to help you out. You know? But every once in a while, you do get a star in your pocket. Every once in a while, and if you wait, maybe you have to wait until it's the nighttime for you to see the star. Maybe it's got to be dark around you for you to finally see that star to guide you out of there. And then, go kick some ass. Because eventually it's going to be daylight again. See? So now you can go kick ass again, now that you're not lost. Alright? That's great. That's how it applies to everybody. Let's just jump right into the book here. Alright, we'll jump right into the book. We're going to go over time a touch. We've been reading, thank you, Free. We got your Free, Mushmouth, and Paige. There you go. You're all on the wheel. That's how that goes. I'll be more chancy about it next week, I promise. I'm being a real jerk today, I'm sorry. Alright? Paige, Mushmouth, Free. You're on the wheel. Appreciate you, everybody. Now, let's read the book. We've been reading Become What You Are by Alan Watts. White guy talking about Eastern mysticism. And front to back, because that's what I want to do. We got a few more sections left. This one's called The Far Off Divine Event. Wipe my mouth a little bit there. Alright. Thanks everybody for sticking around. Letting me read cards and stuff like that. We're going to read, I don't know if we'll get through all of it. I should just start it though, huh? That far off divine event. What is it that Tennyson described as that far off divine event to which all creation moves? In mystical and occult philosophy, it is the return of all individual things to the divine source from which they originally came. An event which Hindu cosmology places at the end of a stupendous period of time called a Mahamanvantara, or a great manifestation of Brahman. For according to Hindu and theosophical teachings, universal activity is a succession of the days and nights of Brahman, the outbreathings and inbreathings of the one reality of life, whose name is derived from the Sanskrit brih, from which our own word breath is also descended. Oh, alright. Brahmin, breathe in, Brahmin, out. Breathe in, breathe, okay. Modern science has now begun to think of time in somewhat the same terms as the ancient Hindus, for they measured these days and nights of Brahmin, by groups of kalpas. A kalpa being a mere 4.32 billion years. Now, if these things are true, the ordinary man or woman has to accept them rather much on faith. And because it is difficult, if not impossible, for ordinary people to test their verity, and because the periods of time involved are past imagining, it will be asked whether such ideas are of the remotest practical value. For the events of which we are speaking are certainly divine and undoubtedly far off, And it may seem that the ancient Hindus were indulging in idle speculations for want of anything better to do. For us, the difficulty of this Hindu conception of the far-off divine event, when all things shall again become one with Brahman, is that, taken at its face value, it makes the soul despair. For not only does so terrifying a period of time, 4.32 billion years, lie between now and the final resting of the universe in divine bliss, but the doctrine also goes on to say that eventually the universe will return again into a manifestation to another and another and another repetition of the whole process ad infinitum, ad nauseum, if you will. It is important to remember, however, that the ancient teachers of these doctrines often described cosmological processes in terms of time simply for the sake of explanation, whereas they should actually be understood in terms of eternity. In this sense, eternity is not just everlasting time. Eternity is beyond time. It is now. The days and nights of Brahman are spread out in time in rather the same way as a ball of thread an inch in diameter is unrolled to the length of 100 yards. Its real state resembles the ball, but to be presented to the human mind, it has to be unrolled. That broke me there for a minute. Sorry. Let's start that again. In real state, its real state resembles presented to the human mind, it has to be unrolled. For our idea of time is spatial. It has length, which is a spatial dimension. But eternity has no length, and the nearest thing to it in our experience is what we call the present moment. It cannot be measured, but it is always here. Seriously, that snapped my brain for in this way. For it means that the far-off divine event is not just millions of years in the future, it is now. At this moment, the universe is both manifested as a collection of separate individual things, and at the same time, each of these things retains absolute unity and identity with its divine source. The object of Hindu, and for that matter of almost all Asian religion, is to awaken in man the realization of this unity and identity. In Hinduism, this realization is called moksha, or kaivalya, and in Buddhism, nirvana. And it is astonishing how seldom the West achieves any real understanding of what this condition of the spirit involves. We're made in the image of God, but we're never allowed to be God. The old 19th century idea that nirvana meant simply oblivion is now generally discredited. You're not going clear. But some of the conceptions that have taken its place are almost as fantastic. Some people think you're going clear. Certain allowances for this misunderstanding must be made. For just as in the West there are mature and immature conceptions of Christianity, so in the East there are mature and immature conceptions of Hinduism and Buddhism. In fact, even some of the canonical, I said that right, scriptures of the East are just as overlaid with the interpolated comments of scribes as the Bible, even more so in the Buddhist scriptures. I said scriptures. It is therefore quite common to find moksha or nirvana described as a type of trance condition in which all sense of the separate forms and objects of the universe has vanished. We're all one, man. To be replaced by a state of infinite consciousness, into which the individual becomes absorbed, even though his physical body may continue to live on. Well, I'm just freaking out there, man. If he ever returns out of this trance condition, it remains always in the back of his mind. Like, I've had moments where I've told stories about being gone. And I still get rocked by memories of being gone. I've disappeared at least once, maybe twice, 3 times a lady. If he ever returns out of this trance condition, it remains always in the back of his mind. The things around him seem like the insubstantial shadows of a dream. For, it's a little inset, life like a dome of many-colored glass stains the white radiance of eternity till death tramples it to fragments. Holy sh! Life, like a dome of many-colored glass, stains the white radiance of eternity till death tramples it to fragments. At death, he merges his individuality forever into infinitude, unless he wishes to return again to the earth in order to teach Dharma, the law, to men. But one of the principal mistakes of Western interpretations of Asian thought is to equate Brahman with the infinite and the realization of one's identity. Maybe it's not that big of a friggin' deal, y'all. It is well to remember the pertinent words of the Isa Upanishad. In darkness are they who worship the world alone, but in greatest darkness are they who worship the infinite alone. By a knowledge of the former we are saved from death, and by a knowledge of the latter we are preserved to immortality. Don't be so quick to disappear, y'all. The highest Hindu philosophy bears the name Advaita, which is the principle of non-duality, meaning that Brahman is that to which nothing can be opposed as long as opposed to short. What? Nothing can be opposed. I'm going to read it and I don't think it makes sense. Meaning that Brahman is that to which nothing can be opposed as long as opposed to short, light to dark, pleasure to pain, positive to negative, and infinite to finite. It made sense at the end. This also is a cardinal principle of Mahayana Buddhism, from which it is clear that neither in Hinduism or Buddhism can it be said that the highest spiritual attainment is to become merged into any kind of infinitude. What are you trying for? There's nothing to try for. Keep trying. Man realizes his identity with Brahman. Brahman. In other words, one cannot say that Nirvana is infinite and not finite, or the best band in the 1990s, or vice versa, or even that it is a consciousness of unity and not diversity. Foo Fighters was way better. Here, again, is an Asian conception which is little understood in the West, For it is often thought that the supreme universal reality of Hinduism and Buddhism has the quality of oneness as distinct from manyness, and that realization is the knowledge that nirvana is actually an overrated band, and the forms and objects of the universe are in fact one, even though they appear to be a good band, many. Their seeming diversity is said to be an illusion, Maya, which the wise man will overcome, Foo Fighters. But this reality is not quite one in the sense we give to the word. To use a Vedantic expression, reality is one without a second, Foo Fighters. In the ordinary way, the idea of one immediately suggests the idea of many or of none. For the moment you have the concept of nothing, you also have the concept of something, Dave Grohl. While in the same way, we could not entertain the idea of many things without that of one thing, Dave Grohl. The reason for this is that the idea of oneness belongs to the multitudinous, I said that, pairs of opposites, Dvanda, of which life is composed. For one suggests many just as long suggests short. The two concepts are mutually essential, and the one can only be known by means of the other. You gotta have nirvana to have Foo Fighters. But Brahman, or reality, is beyond opposites, being that which does not require distinction for its existence. Foo Fighters are really good, though. For Brahman is all things, this world we see around us, together with our consciousness and the thoughts in our minds and the feelings in our hearts. To see Brahman, we have just to look with our eyes, for Brahman is nothing other than that we are beholding at this moment. So what, you ask? At the moment I'm beholding a book. I'm listening to some guy try and mess up my reading with Nirvana and Foo Fighters. Is that anything to get excited about? Should I feel uplifted and spiritually enlightened just because this book is Brahmin? Brahmin? I don't see anything divine and mighty about this collection of paper and printer's ink and some guy heckling. In view of this, it will also be asked, what is the difference between a sage and an ordinary ignorant man? Oh boy, I'm not going to be allowed to read this book after this. We are accustomed to believe that a sage or mystic is one who beholds God or Brahman in all things. But if Brahman is all things, surely an ordinary man, in seeing them, is doing no less than the sage. I can heckle. It's letting me heckle. All right. This is perfectly true, but the difference between the sage and the ordinary man is that the latter fails to realize it. I'm still going to heckle. The reason is that because there is nothing apart from Brahman, Brahman cannot be seen in quite the ordinary way. To see things, we must be able to distinguish them, which means that we must be able to separate them from other things or from ourselves. But with Brahman, this cannot be done, for when you look at this book, Brahman is looking at Brahman. I'm heckling myself. We have therefore to consider, this book is reading me! We have therefore to consider how the sage comes to understand this, and in what way this understanding is of practical value. It's like the never-ending story, when like you gotta go and pop your head out of a window during a storm and scream out, Maria! In order to save the princess. Is it Maria? Martha? Marcia? What the hell's her name? What the hell does he yell out? I don't think he even, like, he saves, like, us back. Is that it? Is that all? That's all you need, Sebastian. Call my name! That's all Buddhism is saying. It just wants you to call its name. Naturally, the sage does not... We got Jack and the Beanstalk, Lord of the Rings, and Never-Ending Story. It's been a hell of a frickin' Monday. Naturally, the sage does not understand it only conceptually. For him, it is not just an intellectual idea, as that space is curved. A mathematician may be able to prove in theory that space is curved, but he cannot see it curved with his eyes. And thus, the knowledge is for him purely conceptual and makes no difference to his ordinary behavior. He does not start to walk in curves, and unless he is absent-minded in the way of some of his kind, he does not find it impossible to go from San Francisco to New York without going through Mexico City. I think that's a flat earth joke. But for the sage, it's not. But for the sage, the knowledge of his identity with Brahman is of immense practical importance. Flat earthers are like, so, my friggin' generation. He knows it as well and as fully as he knows that he is alive. But this certainly does not mean that in place of himself, other people, houses, stars, hills and trees, he sees a formless, all-pervasive, and infinite luminosity. It's all in your pocket, free. Which seems to be some people's idea of the divine reality. Go kick ass. If such a state of consciousness were possible, it would still be dualistic, involving an utter difference between reality and the ordinary world. It should rather be said that he feels Brahman, the force of the universe at work in everything he does, thinks, and feels. And this gives a powerful and liberating impulse to his spirit. Alright, we'll keep it in your pocket. For he feels free and delivered, which is the precise meaning of kaivalya. He is freed from himself, which is the only thing that ever bound anyone, because he has let himself go. The unenlightened man keeps it 1 second. I gotta take this phone call. Hello? Yes, ma'am. If you can give me like 2 minutes. Okay, give me like 2 minutes, okay? Alright, thank you. I'm really sorry about the end of the show, guys, but I gotta go. I got a phone call I'm taking. Alright, everybody? We'll finish the book. Alright, this is an important phone call I gotta take. I love y'all. Be safe, everybody. Everybody, take care of yourself. Remember, if you give a hug, you get a hug, okay? Alright. Love you. Oh, man, that's how we go. Alright, Paige, Mushmouth, and Free are on the wheel. Love you guys. Okay, bye.